Hi there, this is my random recipes. I'm Lisa. Welcome. Today's recipe seems like kind of an old-fashioned recipe. It's a bar cookie. It looks to me like something that moms would make to put in their kids' lunchboxes. Today's recipe is called Caramel Oatmeal Chewies. I am not responsible for its name. It looks like it's made with pretty basic home ingredients. It looks kind of like a granola bar, but maybe not so cardboard-like. That's a good thing, right? I went back through my collection to see if I could find the origin of this particular recipe. I did find it. This recipe was an insert in a container of Quaker oatmeal. I have never made this recipe before. To my knowledge, I've never eaten these bar cookies before. They do look rather promising, which is probably why I saved the recipe in the first place. Let's get to work and give these a try. Let's make some cookies. Turn this down so you can see. Start off with some oats. This is 1 3/4 cup of Quaker oatmeal. You can use quick cooking or old-fashioned, either or. And then 1 1/2 cups of flour. Gonna give that a little bit of a stir. And then 3/4 cup of firmly packed brown sugar. I'm gonna show you something really quick before I get too far. This is something my mom used to do. I used to think she was crazy, but you know what? I hate to admit it, she was right. I kept buying brown sugar, and I was very frustrated by the fact that every time I would go to use it the second time, it had already gotten hard. So I splurged and bought myself this lovely airtight container, thinking that would do the job. I was still opening up my container and having my brown sugar all hard. Something my mom used to do, she would take a piece of fresh bread, doesn't matter what kind, and she would put it down on top of her brown sugar and then seal it up. And I don't know why, but it works. Again, like I say, I thought she was crazy, but you know, she was right. I hate to admit it, but mom was right again. So we've got our oatmeal, our flour, our brown sugar. To that, we are going to add a 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda and a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. I'm supposed to mix this until crumbly. And I go in with my hands. So now we're going to add in 3/4 cup of melted shortening. I wanted it warm, but not like completely so boiling hot that I can't handle stuff if I need to put my hands in here. So we're supposed to combine this. Okay, I'm gonna go with my hands. That looks pretty good. I'm supposed to get my 9x13 pan. This is my 9x13, and it's supposed to be lightly greased. So I use pan spray today, so that's quick and easy. I'm gonna dump this in here. I'm supposed to hold out 1 cup. Messed up a little bit, but I can fix it. And I'm supposed to press this into the bottom of the pan. Make sure there are no holes in the bottom. This gets made in 2 parts. Reserve 1 cup of the oat mixture for topping. Set aside. Press remaining oat mixture into the bottom of the prepared baking pan, which I've done. Now this is going to be baked at 350 degrees for 10 to 12 minutes or until golden brown. And then I'm supposed to let it cool for 10 minutes. So I'm going to pause my camera for now, and I'll be back after it's been done baking. So see you in a bit. This is baked. I baked it for 12 minutes. I let it cool for 10 minutes, and now we're going to move on to the next steps. This down again so you get to see what I'm doing. I'm supposed to top with nuts and chocolate pieces. So this is 1 cup of nuts. As usual, my go-to are pecans. We'll spread these out here. Make sure they're kind of spread out relatively evenly. Now we're supposed to use 1 cup of chocolate chips. Same way, just kind of spread them out over top. But again, I'll make sure that they're kind of even. Now we're supposed to make a topping. I guess I could set this aside for a moment. This recipe calls for an ingredient I could not find. It says it wants butterscotch caramel fudge topping. So I looked to see if there was such a thing as all 3 of those flavors in one product. I did not find it. It's supposed to be 1 cup of the topping. I'm going to get creative a little bit. So this is 1/3 cup of butterscotch. To that, I'm going to add 1/3 cup of caramel. This is my salted caramel sauce that I made a long time ago. It's been in the fridge all this time. I will include the video for that sauce in the comments below, so you can go check it out if you'd like to. And then this is 1/3 cup of fudge, like for hot fudge. I'm going to combine these. This should be an interesting flavor combination. I think I'm going to use the wooden spoon. Need a little more oomph. Bring our pan back over. I'm supposed to drizzle this over the chocolate pieces to within 1/4 inch of the edges of the pan. I'll start at the edges and work my way towards the middle. See, it kind of layers. I guess that's okay. And I'm going to spread that out just a little bit more. This is 1/4 cup of flour. And then this is our 1 cup of our reserved oatmeal mixture. I'm going to combine it with the flour. All right, we'll bring back our pan. And then we're going to sprinkle this on top. This is going to be kind of in layers. Okay, that looks pretty good. So now this is going to go back in the oven, still at 350. It's going to bake for 18 to 22 minutes or until lightly golden brown. And then I'll let it cool and we'll be back to the taste. So I'm back. The bar cookies have baked. They are fully, well, they're about 90% cooled. So I'll go ahead and turn this down so you can see what I've got. These are the finished product. I'm going to be cutting into them so you can have a sample. Get one out of the here all in one piece, right? That's the goal. This is the test right here. Maybe. First one's always the hardest. Let's try this. There we go. Sort of. Now it's coming out in pieces. This is not going well. The piece I pulled out is kind of broken into pieces. As long as it tastes good, that's what matters, right? All right, here we go. Definitely chocolate. It's definitely chewy. I'm picking up at a caramel note. I like the crunchy edge, like brownies. Do you prefer the middle or the edge piece? Well, I was originally thinking these were going to be like a granola bar that you would, wrap up something in like a cookie. But this is more of a dessert. It's good. It's good and chocolatey. I definitely got a chewiness to it. It's not bad. It's not what I expected. I have no idea how long I've been hanging on to this recipe. This is the original recipe that came out of the package. Although the clipping is in pretty good shape, so it hasn't been around forever. The ingredients are pretty basic, and they've been around for a very long time. I mean, chocolate chips and oatmeal rarely go wrong with when chocolate is involved. Back in 2020, a lot more people were cooking at home. And nowadays, with the concerns over the cost of food, and people are always concerned about what they're feeding their family, cooking at home provides a way to help keep food costs down, but also helps you control what it is you're feeding your family. Besides, cooking at home can be a bonding experience, and it can also be a learning opportunity. For both kids and for adults, there's always more to learn. Next time I'll be making the recipe from the flip side of this clipping. It will be made with similar ingredients. Please come back for that. I will include the ingredients and the preparation for the caramel oatmeal chewies in the description below. If you have any questions or other feedback for me, please feel free to reach out to me in the comments. I really do love hearing from you. I want to say hello to my new subscribers. Thank you so much for joining me. Welcome. It's good to have you along. I also want to say thank you to those of you who watch my videos faithfully week after week. It really does mean a lot to me. I really do appreciate you. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate that. It helps my channel to continue to grow. Thank you for joining me today on my adventure as I explore the great big wide world of cooking. I'll see you next time. Bye.